Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For today I have a very special shoe for you. This is the Reebok Interval MC, the original pair all the way from 1996. You guys know, I probably have seen my previous videos on the Interval, the original one, the one created by Mr. Ralph Serna, one of the greatest designers of all time, a very dear friend of mine, incredible person. He created the original Interval back in 96 for the Atlanta Summer Olympics, where the US national team wore that shoe in the white, blue, and red colorways. I have original pair in my collection. This is another original pair that I'm adding into it, but this is slightly different. The Interval MC carries a lot of the cues from the original Interval, but has some other upgrades and some other added to it features. Let's get closer and look into it. I'm super excited to show you this shoe, guys, so you can see how shoes were made 20 some years ago and how great they were. All right, straight outside of the box now in front of you is the Interval MC. Quick note on the box: the seller unfortunately mixed up the box lids, and this box is from a shoe that it's probably prior 92, 93. Back then, Reebok were putting the British flag on their lids, and later on they replaced it with a vector. So just the bottom part is actually the actual shoe box, and you can see Interval MC, white, classic navy, sonic silver, 8.5, men running. Very classic box. I miss these boxes actually. It's one of my favorite boxes that they created back in the day. Let's put it to the side and show you the shoes. Unfortunately, these are not wearable, at least not to a point where you can wear them around outside with no problem. And the problem with this is it's the upper. Most of the runners of the time featured mesh and synthetic suede, and that synthetic suede kind of is more of a felt material, which doesn't age, doesn't deteriorate, doesn't crack, doesn't crumble, doesn't do any of that stuff. Unfortunately, this painted synthetic leather, it's very gentle, and even a simple touch to it rubs off the paint. It's sticky, and you'll see how it's cracked in some places. Same thing is here on the front. You see how the upper is cracked. Now this toe is a little bit of a different type of material, synthetic leather, and it's a little bit of a rough one. This one is not peeling. It's probably not going to peel because of that cover. You'll see a vector in the front, but the rest of it, unfortunately, it's not good. The mesh is awesome, and I wish this shoe was created as the original Interval with instead of synthetic leather had that suede, but it is what it is. Same touch as the original Interval, oversized Reebok vector logo that is extending all the way down to the midsole. Midsole will never crack and crumble on these shoes because they are carrying a Polylite midsole, which is still responsive and very soft. We have a real 3M hints right here in the toe box and on the heel where that vector pull tab is. On both sides we have the 3M, the actual 3M that is by Scotchlite. Very nice Reebok on the insole, and the insole is great actually. I will pull it and show it to you in a second. And very nice plush and thick ton. As you can see, it's perforated for better ventilation. This is the tag, very thick and nice row places. This is how all the shoes were sold back in the day, laced only for the first two holes and then crisscrossed and tied behind, so you can do your own lacing whichever way you want. I absolutely love this shoe. One of the best characteristics about this shoe is the internal medial side support bridge, and this is a different density foam that people, not only from Reebok but other companies, were doing at the time. You will notice a lot of shoes from Nike, Saucony, Adidas, they were carrying this kind of same bridge. It's a very good way and kind of cheaper way to provide dual density midsole and have a little bit of a denser one on the medial side for people that tend to shift their foot towards the medial side when they run or when they walk. I'm one of those people, and these kind of shoes I always loved. That's why the original Aztrek was so comfortable for me, because it had the exact same feature. In the past, Reebok have done that similar way with the Ventilator bridge and the future as well, but in different models they use different tactics. This specific one is with the dual density midsole, and here this one is far more denser than the actual white part. Even just simply pushing with your finger, you will notice how much more dense this is, which actually provides a great support for your feet, and it's very comfortable, absolutely comfortable. This colorway between white, gray, and navy, I absolutely love. I think it's a great colorway. And now for the grand show, let me show you the outsole and this beautiful, nice Ultra Hexalite. Look how big and deep it is, and let me show you how responsive it is with my finger. I wish that Reebok would ever bring a real Hexalite on the new shoes because it's so comfortable. In the heel, we have a big square patch that it's sitting right underneath your heel. See how recessed it is and top loaded, and it's absolutely comfortable when you put your foot down. As mentioned before, 3M by Scotchlite, you will see reflective material. These kind of stickers back in the day indicated the shoe actually is using a real 3M material. Today, none of the companies use real 3M. It's just a third-party reflective material, which is cheaper. You'll see a lot of oxidation over the rubber, but that's not a big deal. You can rub that off. So midsole, outsole, that's not a problem for this shoe. Also, the mesh is not a problem. All the synthetic overlays are a problem because they're rubbing off and they leave a lot of trace. It's not great at all. We have Reebok branding on the back of the heel here on the midsole, and then we have the vector pull tab, which is really nice. And let me see if I can pull that insole and show it to you. Original paper that it's inside as well. So the insole is that one that Reebok has actually recreated lately. Very nice and anatomically correct with a bridge support insole. And these kind of stickers were popular back in the day as well. Uppers of man-made materials, indicating that it's not genuine materials. But yeah, and this is the inside of the bed. You will see how we have the thick paper on top of it, and right here on your heel, it's that patch of Ultra Hexalite, which is very, very comfortable. A lot of padding on the heel, you will see, very nice. Unfortunately, I'm trying not to rub off that paint on the Vector logo because it's very sticky, and you'll see some parts are rubbed off even when they are covered with paper. They came in the original box and wrapped around in their original paper, but this is the problem with synthetic materials and paints. After years, they just deteriorate that way. But regardless, I am happy to add these to my collection because this is one of the greatest shoes from mid-90s. At Reebok, we're doing a killer job with these runners since early 90s to mids, even to the late 90s. They've always been ahead of the game when it comes to good runners that everybody loved. I mean, back in the day, now runners are back in fashion and everybody's wearing them, but back in the day, it was like a 50-50. You can see a lot of people wearing Nike, but at the same time, all these Reeboks were great as well. And even today, putting my foot inside this shoe is extremely comfortable, very stable, and that Ultra Hexalite in the heel is just a breeze. I wish that they can bring that back, put it back on the shoes, so people can see what the real comfort is. That is the closest to before Zoom. This is what Zoom was. This is as comfortable as Zoom. This is as responsive as Zoom. This is how these shoes feel like. Very, very comfortable, and I have not enough words or ways to describe to show you and so you can feel how comfortable these were. So long story short, that's about it. I managed to grab these off of Instagram handle. One of my followers tagged me on these shoes, and the price was right. I really wanted to get them. Contact the seller, grab them right away, and here they are. I'm super happy to have them. Unfortunately, not fully wearable, but they're a great collectible item for me, so I'm gonna add them to the collection. And that's about it. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, guys. Stay tuned to the channel. Very soon there'll be a lot more videos coming in, and as always, you have a wonderful day. This is the Reebok MC.